Hey there again, folks. Welcome back to Remember11, the Age of Infinity. Last time we were left in a precarious situation. I don't know what's going on. That's not a good look for Hattori. The crazy look. Uh, if it is Hattori now, is it Keiko? I don't know who it is now, but somehow Kokoro get the feeling that there was something wrong with Satoru's thing last time. Satoru's thinking, that thing. They did have a conversation like that though, but it was unrelated. But yeah, let's get on with it. I'm curious what happens.
カゴの中の鳥はいつ出やる夜明けの晩につると亀がすべった後ろの正面
It is I, Kokoro. Put that baby down, or I have to put you down. That's what Kokoro should totally say. Okay, after being left behind by Kokoro again, I reluctantly trudged back up the path I'd come. After a few steps, I saw the back of someone who'd been missing for the longest time. Well, even though I'd say I'd missed her for the longest time, I guess I did see her several times over the last week. She stood there all alone on the beach, Maizumi Lin, the woman I was once together with. I've yet to talk to her since I returned to my own body. It's been a long time since we've had a conversation where I was in my body. My heart beat faster and faster as I walked over to her. She began to turn around, looked into her eyes as if trying to sense how she felt. What should I say? I couldn't find the words to address her with. The words that finally slipped out of my mouth were,
久しぶりだな、レイ。
good start. From my point of view, I know I've already seen her many times from inside that borrowed body, but concerned about putting even more pressure on her psyche, I decided that long time no see was the most appropriate phrase to use. She didn't respond. With her eyes narrowed, she stared at me as though trying to read my thoughts.
どうしたんだよ。なんでそんな目で見るんだ。
A stare of open disdain. Her expression was so cold I could feel it freezing me all the way to the heart. A feeling that something bad was about to happen overwhelmed me. My heart frantically pounded in my chest. Time stood still. I couldn't even hear the sound of the waves anymore. Within that tense silence, she opened her mouth ever so slightly. And when she spoke, she
あ
said,
なた誰
Yeah, I bet it was Inamoto who she was with. Sort of? Those words completely stunned me, almost as if I had been handed a death sentence.
あなたはサトルじゃない。私の知っている有機道サトルじゃないわ。
Well, that was a move. I like how she's turning, and she totally did the you are not the Yukino Satoru that she totally pulled a Phoenix Wright's finger point there. Good job, Mayuzumi. You game. You game. Game. Okay, we unlocked stuff. That's nice. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. So the baby? Did the baby do okay. Calm down. Calm down. Cool song. We don't need to hear it right now. Yeah. What happened to the baby? And Kokoro and everybody. What? Okay, that's not the real ending then. Definitely not the real ending. That's not what I wanted to click. Okay, we gotta go to this. 10 of 33. Because, of course, they had to have 33 endings. I made 52% of the choices. Oh my gosh, that is a lot of choices. I have not made in a 56-hour period. I don't know what's scary here. That I made that many choices, or it's taken me 56 freaking hours to get there. I did leave the game idling a few times, but not for very long. Let's see here. So what was that ending? Satoru chapter good end, Satoru chapter epilogue. Is that what we just did? My gosh. That is crazy. Again, some things we haven't seen hardly any of. It's showing 100% of those, though. That's weird. Because I was thinking that... I was thinking that those scenes were seeming really short there towards the end, and I was thinking that I hadn't hit flags that I needed to have more information, but it looks like I was wrong. Then there's definitely scenes that we have not seen any of. It's about 4 that I've seen, or haven't seen, I should say. There's 8 now that haven't hit. I guess I should say. Oops. They use that for a magazine type of game, or are they trying to advertise there? Let's look at that one before. Promotional flyer doesn't have the name on it. Very effective. Oh, is there one more unlocked or something? Is that why it's showing 5 to 6 there? Okay, well. Alright, what button does it? Okay, spacebar. I guess first off what we'll do is see what Uni would have said about the alarm clock. First off is what we'll do. I'm kind of curious about that. Oh, not only that, it opens up skill. So that's useful. Glad we did that. I doubt it'll give us very much more. Whoa, what? Oh, have I missed some? Oh my gosh. Okay. We're gonna read that in a minute, okay? 14 freaking pages, man.
それってそんなに重要なこと？
ああ、深刻なほど重要だね。いいか、俺と心は昨日まで同時刻に2点間を入れ替わっていると思い込んでた。だけどそうじゃなかった。実際には
3点間を転移してたんでしょ？知ってるよ。
なんで知ってるんだ？
だから言ったじゃん。僕はこの1年間転移現象に関するありとあらゆる事柄を学習してきたんだ。それに3つの人格が入れ替わってることなんてスフィアにいた時から知ってたし。
Sorry, I just felt left out.
まあいいだろう。
Looked kind of like a
それじゃあ
wave.
話が早い。
Although, it's a mirrored, so I'd be like, there, right there. Although the webcam is reversed. So my first instinct was actually correct.
なんで目覚まし時計
Not that it's important.
さあ、サトルが自分でやったんじゃないの？
俺が
じゃなかったら第3の人格がやったのかもね。
第三の人格？お前それが誰なのか知ってる？
もちろん
Oops.
サトルだってもう気づいてるんでしょ？
ああ、でも
Ooh.
俺の推理が全て正しいとは限らない。もしかしたらお前の思ってる人物とは違うかもしれないわけだ。よかったな、教えてくれないか？
Yeah, I think it's one of the babies. Or the babies, both of them. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm still not sure if that's correct.
第三の人格とは誰？
きっとサトルが思ってるのと同じ人だと思うけど。
We need to talk for a while before he finally
第
spoke
3の
again.
人格、それはね。
You know, I'm not one to make obscene gestures. The uni's making me want to start. Okay. Okay, let's actually start at this point, and I can't remember if there was any decisions made after that. They meet each other. They haul chase and go into Sphere. I don't remember any choices. Wait, no, it seems like there was one choice, wasn't there? When him and Kokoro were in the room there? Wasn't there? Am I thinking of something else? Okay, must have been thinking of something else. Maybe there's no choices. Look at it. And yeah, I couldn't remember. So I guess if you choose don't open it, you win! Good job! You made the right choice! You win everything! And then an FOV. FOV, photo view, what? Although FMV, I don't know, would be correct. A video. Okay, well yeah, I guess that's... And you couldn't remember any choice after that. So yeah. You guys, oh man, no, come on, nope. Oh, you suck. You suck. Okay, well, I think we're fixing to find out what happens if I do something. Quit the game. Okay, yeah. Recording didn't end. Look at the black screen. Okay, let's minimize and do that. Okay, good. I didn't know for sure that was gonna work. I'm so professional. Okay. And choices are still showing the same. Oh, did we not save that? Oh crap, I bet it didn't save, did it? Helps. See if alarm clock saved. Nope, it didn't. Great, great. I forgot about that though, so it's just as well. Okay, what's up, Uni? And
どうして俺の部屋にあった目覚まし時計は
okay.
それ
ああいいか俺とだけど実際
さんだから僕それ
ああそれじゃあなんで
さサトル
俺が
じゃなく
ナイスお
Okay,
前
I'm pretty sure this is that the rest of that scene. It was at 88% before, and I think this will knock it to 100.
大作そ
And dang Uni. Dang you, Uni. Okay, let's go ahead and cover its helps. All 14 freaking pages of the alarm clock. Apparently I could have just listened to it since he didn't really clear too much about it anyway. Let's reflect a bit on the consequences of the alarm clock being wrong. Why is it that just because it was 33 minutes past, Kokoro and I have assumed that our minds are exchanging simultaneously? The reason is as follows. First, for example, let's suppose that the transfer occurs at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock, Kokoro's mind comes to Sophia. There, she looks at the incorrect alarm clock. She mistakes the mistaken time it shows, which is 1:33 for the actual time of the transfer. Then 66 minutes later, after 2 more transfers have occurred, 2:06. Kokoro's mind returns to the shelter cabin. There she looks at her wristwatch. She sees the correct time of the transfer, which is 2:06, seeing as she had transferred to Sophia at 1:33 and returned to the shelter cabin at 2:06. She thinks she spent 33 minutes at Sophia. Indeed, there is no mistake in that time, and at the time of her stay at Sophia was 33 minutes. However, from 1:33 to 2:06, her mind was actually in the third area. It is from this perspective that we could say that she is mistaken about the time of the transfer. Well then, since the times of her transfers from the shelter cabin are random, let's assume that 1 more hour has passed. 3:06. My sinuses have been draining a bit. I'm asleep. Kind of getting my throat a little bit raw. Kokoro's mind is Sophia. She looks at the alarm clock. She mistakes the incorrect time. It shows 3:39 for the actual time of the transfer. What's important here is the fact that each and every time she cannot confirm what the time was directly before the transfer. That's why here each time she is led to think that the time of her stay at the shelter cabin is 1 hour and 33, regardless of the fact that in reality no longer than an hour actually passes. Then this process repeats. At 4:12 she'll return to the shelter cabin, check the correct time against her wristwatch, assume that she was at Sophia for 33 minutes. So then what happened in my case? 1 o'clock, my mind goes to the third area. That time my sensory organs don't function normally. I'm not even aware that transfer took place. Then 33 minutes later, 1:33, my mind goes to the shelter cabin and check Kokoro's wristwatch and see the correct time. See the time of the transfer was 1:33, 33 more minutes passed. 2:06, my mind returns to Sophia. There I look at my wristwatch. I see the correct time of the transfer at 2:06. Seeing as I have transferred to the shelter cabin at 1:33 and returned to Sophia at 2:06, I think that the time I spent at the shelter cabin is 33 minutes. In my case, it is true that both the time of my stay at the shelter cabin is 33 minutes, and that from 1:33 to 2:06 I was at the shelter cabin. Thus, I'm always aware of the correct times of the transfers. Well then, since the moment when I transferred from Sophia is simultaneous and Kokoro's transfer from the shelter cabin, let's assume 1 more hour had passed. My mind goes to the third area. My sensory organs don't function normally. So I'm not even aware that a transfer took place. Then 33 minutes later, 3:39. My mind goes to the shelter cabin. I check Kokoro's wristwatch and see the correct time. I can see that the time of the transfer was 1:39. What's important here is the fact that each and every time I cannot confirm that the time was directly before the transfer. That's why here each time I'm led to think that the time of my stay at Spia is 1 hour and 33 minutes, regardless of the fact that in reality no longer than an hour actually passes. Then this process repeats. At 4:12, I'll return to Spia, check the correct time on my wristwatch, and assume that I was at the shelter cabin for 33 minutes. Thus the times of transfers that Kokoro writes in the notepad would be as follows. 1:33 transferred from the shelter cabin to Spia, 2:06 transferred from Spia to the shelter cabin, 3:39 transferred from the shelter cabin to Spia, 4:12 transferred from Spia to the shelter cabin. While times of my own measurements would be as follows. 1:33 transferred from Spia to the shelter cabin, transferred from the shelter cabin to Spia, transferred from Spia to the shelter cabin. Oh, wasn't even reading the time. 1:33 to Spia, 2:06 to the shelter cabin, from the shelter cabin to Spia, 3:39 from Spia to cabin, 4:12 from shelter to Spia, or cabin to Spia. Screwed up there. Therefore, since these possess the perfect symmetry of a mirror image, both I and Kokoro were led to believe that we were transferring simultaneously between two locations. Where was this brought up? I'm guessing it's to do with one of the kids. Here's one of the theories about baby colic. Oh my gosh, this is 6 pages. Why does baby colic occur in infants? Baby colic is a condition in which a baby becomes unsettled and irritable for no apparent reason and cries frequently, e.g. at night. It is normally categorized as abnormal neuronal excitability resulting from dysautonomia in infants. The exact reasons for its occurrence remains unclear. As unclear as the word is to say. One explanation suggested that the contrast between the clear, vivid consciousness of the infant and the inability to properly control its body results in an intense stress for the baby, which could cause it to become irritated and cry. That's why, from the point of view of an adult, it seems they are just crying for no reason. There are also medics who suppose that if a baby was given a body which would properly obey its will, it would turn into a cold-blooded killer. Really? Fascinating, according to this story. They argue that since babies have not yet learned human morals, their instincts would cause them to go on a bloody rampage. Infants often exhibit cruelty. They can calmly kill other living beings with no reservation, thinking it nothing more than part of a game. As a person grows up, when they reach the age of about 3, they come to be able to think about the perspective of other people and put themselves in their shoes. The ability to empathize is established. It is at that age that they learn from the first time that things which one doesn't like being done to them must never be done to others as well. Perhaps this is the reason why human infants are so underdeveloped in physical strength compared with other mammals. This represents a considerable obstacle in the newborn's path to survival, but in fact, it is actually not so far-fetched to thought that it is rather the lives of adults that would be in danger if it was the other way around. It is not impossible to imagine that it is through realizing the need to protect each other from this inner cruelty, the nature of brutality unparalleled in any other life form, that humankind has come over the course of evolution to create the civilization in which we live and to establish the education system as a means for spiritual growth. Additionally, it makes sense to think that the fact that as of yet mentally underdeveloped newborns are deprived of physical strength lies in accordance with the principle of natural selection. Baby colic, being a representation of the instinctive desires, makes known the true nature of man. It is the scream of madness. At the same time, the pathetic oh my gosh. Let me remember the line from Conan Shook needs a nap. Let me remember the line from Conan the Barbarian, Conan O'Brien. Very different people. What does he say? There's a line in Conan the Barbarian where he's like, and hear the lamentations of their women. He's going into battle, and he's praying to kill all his enemies, and hear the cries of their wives. Oh my gosh, why can't I say that? Seriously, I can't believe how I said Conan O'Brien. I almost did. You read so many words in these tips, and they all just start mishmashing together, and you can't. The mouth, it just does not work. At least mine don't afterwards. Limitless, endless. Something that is without limits, something that continues endlessly, and so on. Infinity Series. Hmm. 2000. Well, what is Infinity and Infinity Curate? That's interesting. The Infinity Series will go on forever. Apparently not, because they didn't want to confuse people forever. BGM titles. SIP stands for background music, chaining, behavioral sequence. The way that chaotic speech and actions are linked with each other and connected one by one. Scheme. Plan formed within the walls of the Human Research Institute. Anima, the inner self, the face of the feminine within the masculine. Animus. Intentions. What? Intentions, violent hostility, the face of the masculine within the feminine. Persona, the restrained self that one presents to other people. Old wise man, symbol of wisdom, father figure, at times one who will put you to test. Great mother, the one who brought forth everything and envelops all, bringing them up. That side of her has made her an object of worship and held inseparably close, so she is transfigured and simultaneously becomes the maternal body with which carries the deepest darkness. Shadow, individualistic shadow, and omnipresent shadow. To the person in question, their shadow is something which they hate, an entity which is one's polar opposite, possessed of a primal darkness. The more it is repressed, the stronger it becomes. Interesting. Pure Eternus, okay. The eternal boy, associated with the Eleusinian mysteries of Greece and their principal god are priests Lacchos, creative and possessing a vibrant imagination, however not well suited to everyday society. Trickster, one possessing a disordered soul which rejects all boundaries, destroys all order, and defies all social conventions. He will use cunning and trickery to get what he wants from his opponent. In his most extreme, he will deceive even monarchs or gods without a moment's hesitation, and by giving what he gains to the mortal populace, he becomes a mythical hero. Okay. Okay. Paranoia and monomania, originating internally. The will, thoughts, and actions all become irregular, gradually growing more and more disordered, and eventually reaching a point of persistent set of delusions. Okay, that's Thanatos. In Greek mythology, the god who personified death is Thanatos, a Freudian term, and the internal instinct towards self-destruction. That describes it. Mantra, a spoken phrase which holds a mysterious power, the true word, or originates from a song of praise in the Vedic texts. Intricacies of mental awareness, bewilderment, agitation, confusion. Dreamy lens. Imagining something which calms the heart. Is that what they do in Peter Pan? Think happy thoughts? Dark Gestalt. Gestalt, a single entity such as a shape or melody, which is part of a whole that is greater than the sum of its parts. However, though part of a whole, it contains its own structure and significant meaning, and retains its own shape even when changes are undergone. Will, theme. A process within the mind in which conscious thoughts and actions are independently carried out. The energy of awareness is said to be another of its sides. My gosh. There are a lot of big words in this game. Oh man. It's hard for my brain muscle to comprehend some of it. First referred to in Aristotle's Poetics, the meaning is one of purification or purging, the release of negative emotions built up, watching a tragedy in order to purify the mind of catharsis. In its old definition, it seems this word's emphasis was on catharsis as a therapeutic process or treatment. All or none, there's no way, life or death. Oh my. Yeah, I'm not gonna read these up. My throat is getting a bit raw. It's not helping me read. Okay. Enough of that. That's the end of the episode. Wow, this actually turned out to be a bit of a long one, especially with the tips there at the end. But yeah, we'll start seeking out the other ends in the next episode. Let's go back to the thing here and see it. Did I do this already? I don't think I did this already. No, I didn't do this already. Yeah, we got one more choice there, I see. Yeah. Nah, that wouldn't adjust the endings though. Yep, infinite history is not infinite anymore. We got it completed. Anyway, yeah, we're going to start seeking out endings in the next episode. Hopefully it'll start unlocking stuff. Maybe we'll be able to figure stuff out because of it. I don't know. I know that at this moment, my brain muscle needs a bit of a relaxation. So, I do hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Farewell.